welcome to the newest installment of the Untitled Film Nerd Project. My name is Philip, and joining me as always is Teacher.
Hello.
And today we're going to rank our top 5 from 5th to the absolute best movie of the month from this year's October Movie Marathon, aka the 6th annual 31 Days of Horror for 2019. As always, we never share our choices with each other, so neither of us knows what the other is going to pick. And these will be as spoiler-free as possible. Without further ado, let's get into it, and we'll start with one honorable mention. Go ahead, sir.
For me, the honorable mention is probably going to be In the Tall Grass.
Okay.
It was just a well-done Stephen King flick, and I always appreciate those.
They were a rarity there for a while.
Yeah.
I was on the fence with that one too. My honorable mention is Us.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't nearly as strong as Get Out. And like you said in the review, if you dig even like a half an inch below the surface of the plot, it falls apart. But I thought it was very ambitious and just a really cool concept. So that is my honorable mention. Let's go to the official top 5. We'll start with number 5. What's your number 5 movie for the month?
Number 5 for me is going to be Little Monsters.
Right on.
We had a lot of zombie movies.
We did. Yeah.
This October. And sometimes I get a little bit worried about that because, it might be zombie fatigue.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
every once in a while you get some that are still entertaining, do something a little bit fresh. And we had that this time around. And Little Monsters is definitely on the list for that.
Right on. Fuck Dave.
You? Yeah.
Number 5 for me was Wounds.
Mm-hmm.
This is easily the best paced movie, in my opinion, for the month. Like, the pacing was stellar. Keeping it spoiler free. I love the plot, I love the build, and I love the payoff. People don't like the ending. I see a lot of that. We both love the ending. So, Wounds, I thought, deserved to be on the list. Let's go to number 4. What's your number 4?
Number 4 for me is Wounds.
Sweet.
Very much for what you said. And then also, like I had discussed with you after we had even done our recording, it was the next day for me. Mm-hmm. And I had told you that I actually had a hard time sleeping because the movie was that much on my mind.
Right, yeah.
And movies don't really ever have that impact on me. Mm-hmm. And this one definitely had that. And yeah, it was highly enjoyable. Yeah. Good. So.
Good. Nice.
So what was your number 4?
My number 4 is Depraved. I did find faults with it, but I have to respect how ambitious it was. Larry Fessenden did a great job, I thought. The actors did a great job. The story was a little long in the tooth, but ultimately, I thought it deserved to be on the list as well.
Awesome.
Let's go to number 3. What's your number 3 movie for October 2019?
Number 3 for me is another zombie flick, The Dead Don't Die.
Right on.
I still reaffirm my previous statement. I absolutely adore this movie. It was definitely my type of humor, and it was done with such love and an appreciation of the genre, and I really like that one.
That's the crazy thing about this month. Like, my top 2 were solidified. But then like 3 to 10 were such like a mixed bag of like good. Mm-hmm. So I chose like the ones I did just for the reasons I'm stating, like that something stuck out or I respected what they were trying to do, something like that. But yeah, that easily could have been on top 5 for me.
Mm-hmm. What was your number 3?
My number 3 is Midsommar.
Awesome.
This movie again was a little problematic in its payoff, but Ari Aster is just amazing. I have like a mental crush on the man still. And the storytelling, framing, cinematography, it's just, he has a signature style, and I really like it. Mm-hmm. And then just, putting his signature, like, what the fuck, in it. It just resonated with me. I thought it was really cool. Not nearly as good as Hereditary.
Yes.
But still, for a follow-up, pretty damn strong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 2 for the month. What do you got?
Number 2 is probably going to disappoint you, but it is Us.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
okay. I'm not disappointed. I'm just kind of shocked.
For me, this was very much a 2 hour long modern Twilight Zone episode.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And it was weird and it was violent and colorful and the aesthetic was fantastic.
Agreed.
And I can kind of overlook a lot of the faults for that.
Fair. Okay.
So, pure popcorn movie. And sometimes I'm okay with pure popcorn movie.
Okay. Okay.
What was yours?
My number 2 is Bliss.
Awesome.
I respect the fuck out of this movie. I thought like the first 20 minutes were kind of like, okay. As we said, but the last hour was just going 0 to 100 and it didn't let up. I think Joe Begos is like a director we need to watch out for because we've seen him before in Almost Human when he directed that. The size of the cojones on this movie, as I said in the review, are huge.
Yeah.
And the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, this was a statement. Like, this was just a very solid, very good. Dora Madison owned that role. And yeah, I can't, as I said in the review, I can't recommend it to everyone. I want to, though. And it was fucking awesome. So yeah.
Fantastic. I still stick with your statement from the review that it definitely gets the most goddamn moment of the year.
Yeah, it was easily the most goddamn movie of October. Yeah, it was. All right, we are at the peak. What is the number 1 movie from the 6th annual 31 Days of Horror?
I imagine we might have the same one. I'm kind of hoping that we have the same one.
We'll see.
One Cut of the Dead.
Right on.
I mean, you take into the fact that this is probably the best, how do I put it? The best family zombie movie of the year.
Okay, yeah.
And it would be very hard to sit down and watch this with a family because of the first 30 minutes. Not going to go into it, but yeah.
Yeah.
But if you pull through to the end, like, heartwarming as shit. And then you take into account how much money and how successful this movie has been. So, bravo. And there's so many more reasons, but that's kind of the main reasons why. That's all in my, that's my number 1 for October. And yours?
One Cut of the Dead.
Yay.
This movie was so fucking good. You were trying to avoid spoilers, and you kind of have to be vague about the movie because the things that were so awesome are spoilery. It was just smart and just clever, and just the rewatchability is up there. Yeah, and ironically, this was like this was day 31 for us, so just kind of funny that the last day was the best movie. But yeah, it was easily head and shoulders above every other movie this month. There was good stuff, but this one was just number 1 with a bullet.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add about anything from the month?
Just that this was a very difficult month in order to pinpoint the top 5, even with an honorable mention. I think this was a very strong month, and we had a lot of good titles, and there's so many more that I would like to have tossed on the list too, but...
Oh yeah, same.
Not everything can make top 5.
Like my honorable mention had like 5 or 6 movies. Exactly. And I was like, what do I pick? Like, I even had In the Tall Grass as up there. I was like, what do I pick? But there's a lot of good stuff from this month. And if I'm correct in remembering this, you picked all but 2 movies for this year, which has never happened before. So there you go. You should pat yourself on the back for picking like 90% of the movies that we watched for the month. The 2 I picked. Yeah. So, hey, one was us. We'll probably get to the next one in the next video. Speaking of, that wraps up this episode. Thank you for listening. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, or cool people who might dig the Vizcast. Please subscribe to the channel, including hitting that notification bell to stay up to date on the newest content. And there's a link in the description below for the Patreon that covers all of the creative endeavors, as well as access to bonus content. So please consider showing your support. And speaking of new content, coming up next for us will be the yin to the yang of October, our bottom 5 for the month. And that should be interesting.
Yeah.
So until next time, my name is Philip.
And I'm TJ.
And we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Bye.